Alright. What is up, YouTube? What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and welcome to the discussion video that no one ever watches because no one really gives a shit about when I talk about these. But hey, if it gets me views, it gets me views. It is time for the OCG's Forbidden Limited List discussion because those are things that get popular on a channel that's dead. Um, the OCG decided to drop this literally just a couple hours ago. They had already announced they were going to do a video talking. They were already going to drop the Forbidden Limited list today, so it legitimately makes sense of why they're doing it now. But some things are just better off described as they are, and apparently, well, Konami decided to follow that. So, this OCG Forbidden Limited list goes into effect July 1st of 2026. So this is not the TCG's Forbidden Limited list. No, that Forbidden Limited list is completely separate from the OCG's, and they only apply when they have to start talking about Worlds. So congratulations, you guys. You may or may not have dodged a bullet. So what is exactly on the Forbidden Limited list for the OCG? Some of these cards I know of, some of these cards I don't know of. Some of these cards are probably here because the game state has become significantly changed to where these cards either need to be hit because they've gotten too powerful or somebody needs to start hitting some hammers. The first big two that I see there are they have now banned Call by the Grave and they banned Harpie's Featherstorm. To be very fair, TCG has also banned Harpie's Featherstorm, and within the last couple of months, we have not seen any new Harpie support. Unless you play Rush Duel, go play Rush Duel, because that's where Harpie cards are actually playable in the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. Or play some of the older formats, because they care more about Harpies than the TCG. No CG care about Harpie. So, yeah, that is the thing. Call by the Grave is a very wild one, but considering how I guess they're trying to. I don't know what they're trying to do with this. Why am I even bothering at that point? But damn, there is no call by. So if you're trying to check those hand traps, you're gonna have to do something different. Nuteria Rose Whip being banned, I think, is because there's already another functioning situation going on with Nuteria Rose Whip that I heard was irking TCG, and that's why they banned it. And then now here's the OCG banning it. That Link monster is a rock Link monster that I think supported an Emancipator. So hitting that before it got new support was actually a smart thing. Because we all remember Ad Emancipator, don't we? And how they were generally were one of the most functioning rock type decks in the game. It not only took older rock type support, but newer support from its own archetype and really started going crazy. I was like, oh wow, this is something that needs to be dealt with. And well, they're like, hey, look, we're bringing it back. Let's go to the limited section. Kill a Tune. One of your important key pieces is now being limited. So welcome to that party of, you guys are a good archetype, and we gotta slow you down because it's not selling product. Don't worry, there's probably going to be a new Killer 2 monster coming out very soon. And that card's probably going to do a lot more significant support for you. If not make up for what pieces you're going to be losing for what's already being hit. Starving Venom Dragon, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the variations of a Starving Venom Dragon, that's getting limited. I think that card was banned because it was way too broken as it already was. And then look, Solemn Judgment's getting banned. I mean limited, not banned, limited. That's something similar to TCG because the popular staple become too popular. And it was just like, I'm gonna negate. Yay. Pay half my life points. Because why? And you get life points are nothing but a resource. Unlike most games. But then again, hey, we are not like most games because we don't draw on the first turn. Because we want to be just the same. There is that Synchron card that's getting banned. I mean, getting limited as well because Synchron decks got a little too strong too. What's up with you Synchron decks getting strong? I don't understand that. I guess when you guys get waves of support, you guys started getting crazy. The the unbannings are here are Elder Entity, Norton, and Mindmaster, who are completely broken for separate reasons. But I wouldn't be surprised if TCG decided to drop them into the fray at limited to one status. First off is My Master, whose original effect before was pay 100 life points and tribute one psychic type monster except Mind Master to summon one level 4 lower psychic type monster from your deck in face-up attack position. The errata now changes to you only use this effect of Mind Master once per turn. You can pay 800 life points to tribute one psychic monster to special summon one level 4 or lower psychic type monster from your deck in attack position. Hitting it with that hard once per turn. Does this mean Mind Master can come back and not devastate the format? Yep. Because that means we're not going to see those gusto loops. So, woo. And then the other one is Elder Entity Norton, who is now getting his effect changed. So the original effect of Norton was 1 Synchro XC or XCs plus 1 Synchro or XCs. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but its effects are negated. And also, you banish it when this card leaves the field. Its new effect says, requirements for fusion summon, because we're fusion summoning Norton. You can only use this effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can target 1 level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated and when this card is banished when this card leaves the field. So, in hindsight, they made sure that, well, as long as this monster only comes from the extra deck, it cannot get its additional ability, which is to special summon multiple copies of cards from the graveyard. Which means you're not going to be spamming those instant fusions like you used to before. That's cool. That's nice. Okay. Well, Norton's back in OCG. Then we got some semi-limiteds on some other cards. I believe one of these is another Killatune card. Some other monster I don't know. Solemn Warning got hit to 2. That's crazy. Mathmech Circular is at 2 in the OCG. And then Blue Boy, Tier Element, totally awesome. And that one trap card for those lollies, Trickstar, of course, got banned. Or unlimited. Which, to be fair, I'm kind of shocked that anything on Tier Element was actually still limited. Because isn't most of the power monsters already banned? So, okay. But shout out to Tier Element and Sprite players. Because your key pieces have come back to 3, but most of your other cards are still banned. So, damn. That's kind of damning. What is my show the list? I don't really care. Just very fair with you. And it's like, well, now if Featherstorm is banned, there's no excuse now in the OCG to drop new Harpie support. And it could be potentially something that happening because the Brave of the Bond comes out, I believe, the week after this list goes into effect in the OCG. And hell, I could give 2 shits about the TCG for being limited list. That shit comes when it feels like it. When Konami isn't already stroking their deck for just clerical reasons. I kind of just finished already recording a video for Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point in time. So I'm already a little drained as it is. And I'm kind of also hungry. So I'm going to probably go eat too. Because I got other things to do today as well, and I'm still waiting for an upload to finish. So, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I have really nothing else to add to this conversation, except for these are the cards that are getting banned, and those are erratas. So, alright, people, I guess you'll just flood the conversation with how you feel about it, or hit the dislike button, because that's what most people do. Alright, well, I got other things to do, and happy Father's Day. Alright, bye, guys.